All right, Austin Lawrence. I've got a couple of clients with new sites, and I'm responsible for GMB primarily, so Google My Business rankings primarily. Do you think that the SynWire is still? Do you think SynWire is still a good tool for content distribution and building initial links? What other sources besides citations, driving directions, etc., would you recommend for new websites to try to rank for GMP? Yeah. So um, I don't want this tutorial to be too long, but just today, I believe, on YouTube, we dropped a tutorial on SynWire. So this video right here, 2 tips for getting the best results with SynWire. I would definitely look at that. I definitely think that SynWire is still worth its weight in gold. I think that a lot of people use it incorrectly though, and I think that a lot of people use it to the point of like limiting return, so to speak. So definitely still do SynWire. Definitely still do citations for GMB. Definitely do map embeds and driving directions. Okay. But then after that, you should be doing, well, in the combination of that, we got to cover like the basics, right? So you need to be doing a full GMB website or a full GMB build out to really optimize the entire thing. Fill that whole sucker out, right? Geotag your images, make sure you got as many categories in there that are appropriate for that business, and do a good job just building it out. I would say then also posting to the Google My Business listing every day you should be doing, just like you would post to social media often. Then after those things are done, then next up I would say is on-page SEO. So on-page SEO, I believe, is a big component of ranking inside of Google My Business, right? So you'll see often in Google Maps, and it seems like this shows up sometimes and then it doesn't. For some search queries, it does. For some search queries, it doesn't. It seems like it's not always on, but sometimes you'll see, like when you do a search, you scroll down into Google Maps and it says like this website contains whatever it is that you searched for. Have you guys seen that? Give me a 9 in the chat if you've seen that, right? Right inside the Google My Business listing. Let's say that you searched for, gluten-free pizza, right? Then in Google My Business, it's like this website says Google My Business, or it says this website says gluten-free pizza. Have you guys seen that? Frankie says, yeah. So I truly believe that, and especially as you do more and more long tail keyword searches, it's gonna show things like that more often. I believe. I think that on-page optimization is a very overlooked feature or necessity, a ranking factor for Google My Business. So definitely do on-page optimization. You want to make sure that you're talking about the different types of services that they offer, right? If it's a restaurant, the different types of food, get their menu on the homepage, right? Anything that you would want to rank for should be on the homepage in text. Obviously, then you got to make sure that you optimize your title tags, your meta descriptions, and that you do some very basic on-page optimization as well with heading tags, H2s, H3s, right? Get like we talked about earlier on this call. Get in your NAP, your name, your address, your phone number, right? And get in links as well, right on the home page to your location pages. So that would be, what was it, like step 5 is really that on-page optimization. And then frankly, and I say frankly a lot, my team gives me such a hard time for it. Frankly, all that's left, see, I did it again. All that's left then at that point is link building. And so you start to run out of things that are truly scalable, right? By all means, you could do things like really good content and then outreaching in the local community to try to get links back to that content, but it's just not that scalable after that, right? So guest posts and sponsored posts is then typically kind of where I would go next. Cool. Frankie says this webinar is gold already. Don't post this on YouTube, Joe. Sorry, man, it's going on YouTube. Derek says, don't sweat it, frankly. Yeah. It's cool though. So Rob Warner and I have we've been like trading expressions. So he says, how what's he say? How the devil are we? Right? Whenever I talk to him in the morning, I'm like, hey man, how's it going? He's like, how the devil are we? So now like, he says, hey, how's it going? How are you? And I'm like, hey, how the devil are we? And we started like, catching each other saying the same things all the time. And so now the other person starts saying, and it's just like a super funny mind, game that we've been playing with each other. Great tips, thanks. You're very, very welcome. In terms of local link building, the only other thing that I think is like truly scalable, besides what we just talked about earlier in this AMA with like sponsored posts, is it's not as scalable, but for me, it's the only thing that I found that is really scalable. Is go take a drone or hire somebody in the local area to take a drone, right, and get footage of all the tourist destinations and all of the kind of real estate type of destinations in the area. So you got to be careful with like schools and drones. I would stay away from those. Parks, though, even big churches in the area, you could say as well, like tourist destinations, but get drone footage of those, right? Then in your outreach, you can outreach to people that have pictures on their sites of those locations, and you can offer them better images and better photos that they have. And all that you're asking in exchange is when they use the images, right, these high quality, amazing images that you're offering them for free, right, that they give you credit for those images right below the image, right? And you just cite the source of where you got this, and that'll be your client's site. So I've done videos on this before, walking guys step by step how to do that. But those are the only two kind of really big, more scalable things. I believe for link building, when you're getting paid lower levels of revenue for your services.